Hi, how's everyone? This is Dance Without Music. Um, it's still in precision, and I'm still in processing. Now I'm getting out of explaining where I'm at in this class because it's getting so advanced. This is the fourth year. If anybody's really interested in it, it's good to start at the end because it's a lot of all the terms and everything have been gone over the last 4 years. This is the fourth year of the course. The fourth year is not over yet, but we're in the fourth year. And we have important videos, former videos that we did. Now and I relate to them. Now, it's Thanksgiving, and I'm pretty much organized and everything, but I'm getting some videos done because I'm off work. I usually work like every day. And it's great. It's really a good experience to be off one day. Um, so I want to get into something. I also said that I was processing. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, I just want to make it clear because this is done from the beginning of the class. It's just built up, and the processing is something that I can't really talk about because it has to do with the body. So I don't mention the body, I mention a realm that I'm teaching everyone that we've been familiar with, but we don't think about it. It's like the day-to-day life, the things that we go through, we kind of put it in the subconscious or put it in the back of our mind. But I've studied it my whole entire life, and I've made an organization. I organized it, and I got the benefits of understanding it. It's sort of like when you're running and you put music on and you think like, and you don't think about anything. Well, this is like you would run and you would try and figure out what's going on while you're running. You would walk and you would try and figure out, like, why am I walking? And this has been done for like over 40 years that I've been working on it. And this is what it is. So now I'm still in processing, meaning, which we talked about in the beginning of the class, about conditioning your body. In order to do certain things, you have to condition your body. It's like if you want to play tennis or if you want to do anything, you pretty much have to condition your body. Everybody conditions their body a different way. In dance without music, pretty much the thing, we use muscles that we don't even think about, like muscles like, oh, don't pick, let me see, if I want to pick up this, okay, we use muscles to pick up this. The muscles that I deal with is the muscles it takes to pick this light thing up. Those are the muscles I deal with. But we don't talk about physical things. So I was talking about conditioning. Those are the type of muscles that I use to condition. And since nobody's familiar with them, nobody really talks about them, I use the term muscles. Even like this book, okay? This, what we need to go through this book, okay? Those type of muscles, which, like I said, that has to be conditioned. The reason why I mention them, because nobody even knows them. They don't even think of them, okay? I don't know anybody who does think of them. Even doctors, even whatever. They don't think of those little muscles. So, that's why I mentioned them. But that's not what we're studying. I study what it is that the subconscious mind most likely hides from us. And it doesn't seem so weird, the subconscious mind, because whenever we want to do something, we do it over and over and over and over again. Even when we want to memorize something, we do it over and over and over again. And that's just like programming our subconscious mind, because we don't want to know what's happening, or we think that we cannot know what was happening. But when you become an expert at something, you pretty much drop out your subconscious mind and know what you are doing. It's like a tennis player. I don't think so much maybe they play a lot of things in subconscious, but they don't play, they don't play totally subconsciously. Okay? Okay, that's just something to explain to you about for those who are new at it. But like I said, you have to start at the beginning. Now where we are, and I'm going to, this is one short thing because I am still processing, but I progress a lot. It keeps going in and in. Now we talked about the what is it called? Okay, we talked about we talked about the perimeter. That's someone. Okay, the functions. It goes deeper and deeper into the functions. When we first started the class, we did steps. We did like one step. Let me get to the suit. When we first started the class, let's get this I mean, we did steps, and there's no one. It was the Michael Jackson dance that we work on. If you want to know why we're using the Thriller dance, it's in the former videos. And we did one. Okay, now, but that was step by step, okay? But if you notice now, we're drawing deeper and deeper into the function, meaning, and these are all tapes from the former classes, meaning that it's getting to where we plan each step, and we're going deeper and deeper in the beginning, we just had to look at the video and just say, okay, he did this or he did that. That's what most people do when they dance. But now it's not getting that. We're understanding what happens when we make each movement. We use the Michael Jackson Thriller dance to pretty much bring out the points of Dance Without Music, but this is Dance Without Music. And I changed it. I augmented the name a little bit, or made it bigger, and it's Xman Physics. Okay, so a lot of this is Xman Physics. Okay, it's just like the X-Men that you would think of. Okay, the X-Men, what they all would have to know. Okay, and I take everything that I learned and I make it interesting, and that really makes it interesting. And I definitely believe in that, okay? Because your abilities, not so much me, because there's not really things I want to do. I don't know, I'm just not, maybe because I'm older or whatever. I mean, I'm teaching you things that you can do and do a lot more, but because you want to do so many things, maybe I'll get into that. I know I do want to do tennis, so I can't say that there's a lot of things that I don't want to do with it. But I am, like I said, pessimistic and very how can I say, pessimistic and there's another term, not aggressive, passive aggressive or something like that, but I think it helps me, so that's why I am that way. Okay, as far as this thing is concerned, as far as this lesson is concerned. So now we did the perimeter, and I'm going to study a little bit because I'm doing this room. I'm cleaning my room. I'm doing a lot of organizing, the things that I haven't done, and I'm doing some videos that I have to do, and this is one of them. So we work with the perimeter, and I said we had to drop all the grid lines for radical 4, okay, and we dropped all the grid lines, we dropped all the numbers, which put me in a function that we do in our mind, okay, for each step. So I came up with the fact that we're trying to find perimeter, but we don't know what a perimeter is. But the closest thing to a perimeter that the function comes up with, these are all former videos, was this, like I did, okay? And we did this in the video, in one of the last videos. And this is pretty much a function. But the last one we did is we went in between the between quadrant, and then we went there, in between quadrant, and then we went there. And as I progress more, I can see that this right here is actually a perimeter, okay? and then on the other quadrant side is the perimeter. Okay, so we have that. So that showed me that okay, we make the perimeter not so much so far because things change. You never know exactly how it's going to work itself out. It's very, very, very how can I say? It doesn't go by any pattern or anything. It's just the way things are. Okay. So now, before with the grid lines, like for instance, when you have 5 squared or you have 4 squared, you have a block of this, 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 and this. But now I see that as far as the perimeter is concerned, which I'm not locking into, is that the perimeter is made. So that is a perimeter that I made. So now I'm going to use that to do a lesson. And in the thriller dance, the only thing that's hard for me to do in this class is relate to everybody who wants to see the video. So I'm trying to just move ahead, but I also care about the people who are interested in it. So that's my kind of feeling when I do this class, when I'm kind of like stalling and try to make explanations and things like that. Because I know it sounds weird to a lot of people, but yet if you kept up with the class, it can't be weird, okay? Let me see the time. Okay, it's at 11 minutes now. So now, in the Michael Jackson dance, we did this. We went over this thing, and then we're at here, okay? He goes like this, and then he goes into this, and then into this. But we're just doing one section at a time because I'm saying we're getting to a point to where we have to work with each function, okay? Before in a dance, we would figure out the dance and do it over and over again, but now, and then just do it subconsciously, you know? But this doesn't work out this way. The Xman physics shows that we have to calculate each movement. And not just that, we have to be able to relate to each other what we're doing. We could talk on the phone and say, this has to be done this way, this way, this from the other, for instance, the natural quadrant to the other quadrant in front, okay? You understand? So, and then we have the retro side. All those things are able to, so that we are able to communicate. Not just that, but as far as Xman physics, we can figure out things more for ourselves. Like, for instance, if we want to, this is really advanced. If we want to jump over this chair, now we'll know, oh, right now I'm in the other quadrant. Oh, I can jump from the natural quadrant to the other quadrant, and that's like that, okay? So, and they can figure it out, and they can tell somebody else that. But before, you just had to see it in your mind, and then you do it. So, this is more advanced and more futuristic. So, as far as the dance, it goes like this, and then he goes into this, like this in the dance. So he goes like this, and then he goes like this, and then he goes like, then he goes like, and then I'm almost sure he goes like this, and then like this, and then, no, when he hits this dance like this, he puts this leg up, and then this goes there. But we're starting from this beginning part. And he goes like this, and you notice he jumps up like this. So, I'm going to use this to one thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's coming down to where it's just a function, meaning that it hasn't been done yet. We have to figure it out in the function and then process it and then do the information. Believe it or not, all those things have to be done if you want precision. Okay? Okay. okay, from one thing to the next. Okay, so and I'm taking this out, okay, and I'm going to do it with the perimeter that we just made. So instead of going like this and then going like this, I'm going to go through the perimeter that we made and go like that, okay? And then you're going to see. And the major thing I want to say is that all the movements that we do, before we had to like keep looking and looking and looking and looking, now we can explain what happens. That's where we're getting to where we're going inside the function to tell you what's happening, okay? Inside a function, meaning for anything, okay? So now we have this perimeter, and I'm gonna do the perimeter. I'm gonna do the first part of the perimeter, and then I'm gonna go, okay, and then I'm gonna go back home, like. And one thing I found out, in order to have a perimeter, you have to have a home base so far, okay? So I have a home base. The home base is in the natural quadrant. And now I'm going to do the perimeter, and then this class is going to be over with, okay? And, okay, so. Now I'm thinking about, like, how should I do it? Should I go like this? Okay, I have to go back to home, and then I'm going to the next perimeter marking, and then I'm going to go like that, okay? And then the next one, and then go like that. But I want you to notice something that we have to talk about too, okay? So, I'm going to do it, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? All right, let's go. Oh, wait, no. Okay, see, like I could go like that. Oh, that's some way. Okay, scratch what I just did. That would be the proper way to do it. Would be coming from the base and then up, okay? So let's do it that way. I had to figure out which one was best. Because he starts from here and then he goes from here. So we have to start at the base and then go. And there's another thing that I see is that when he goes like this, in the Thriller dance, he changes the bass. So from here, change the bass, but that's something I have to go over. But I'm learning, like I said, I'm learning as I do this also. But now this is the bass. So now we're gonna go from the perimeter, the measurement. So this is the measurement, this is the measurement, this is the measurement. So we're going, this is the whole perimeter, okay? We'll change and then, so this is the whole perimeter. Okay. So now we're gonna do it differently. Before I was going like this, okay? But now it's going according to how the dance goes, which holds everything together as far as this is concerned. I want to go from the base to one of the perimeters, okay? So let's do that now. Okay, so that's done. Now there's one thing that I wanted to talk about as far as this is concerned, is that we did a step, but then we made another movement. And this is the difficult part of the dance. Dance without music, Dance without music, Xman physics, is the movement that has nothing to do with steps. A movement and then another movement. From here to there, from here to there, okay? That's getting further, closer into the function, okay? So let's go over that. So we have this, and then this, okay? So we have this and then this. 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 So in order to figure this out, we're going to stay in the between quadrant. We finished that perimeter, but now we have to worry about a movement inside a movement, because I'm making a movement and then I'm making another movement. So that's how fine it's getting here. So that's going to be our next step, is we have to make the movement and another movement, okay? So I'm stepping and then I'm making another movement. So that's what makes the dance interesting to watch, because you don't really see how it goes from one to the next. There's another part where he goes like this. Okay, I'm almost sure it goes like this. Wait, it goes like, I'm almost sure, something like this. He goes, and then it goes up, and then like that, and then it goes like that, okay? But all those movements are what we're at now, which gets closer to the function, okay? When I say closer to the function, I mean it has to be precise. It has to be something that's done before it's done, okay? If you understand, okay? So in order for me to go like this, and then like this, and then like this, it has to be planned, okay? So I'm doing that, up, and then like that, and then going that, like all those things. So that's going to be the next thing. We're getting closer to the function itself. It's just like really in mathematics. Nobody knows what happens in the functions. You just do it. But we're going to go into the function and find out what's happening. Maybe we can get a little groundwork. It's 22 minutes. Maybe I can get a little groundwork by just doing this, okay? Because this is one of the movements, okay? And I'm going like this, okay? So, come to think of it, we went over this movement. I don't want to hit that thing, okay? To where we were, the hydrogen X, we were moving, remember we did the circle. So we did the hydrogen X and we moved up. So we did that one, but we never did one. We could do it, yes. I could just go like this. But that's not going to do anything as far as Xman physics, because you just watched it and then you did it. You need to know how it's done in the function, okay? So I'm going to play with it just a little bit, and then I'm going to figure it out for the next lesson, okay? So I'm going like, okay, as far as the function, like I can watch it in the function, but I can't see it because it's still in the subconscious. Okay, and I just have to like do it, and I'm trying to find out. For one thing, I know that, okay, I don't really want to explain it. I know we're going from one quadrant to the next. We're going from the natural quadrant to the other quadrant. But we're going from the natural quadrant to the other quadrant, and we're lifting the tools up. So, and I just have to do it, but if you know what's happening, then you can apply it to so many things. And I'm just showing you how I come across. Maybe you'll have to do this too. How I come out to figure. Oh, okay. I can see some things now. Okay, the only thing I'm seeing, but I'm not going to finish it because I don't know how long that would be. So the only thing I see is that, okay, because you have to lift the hydrogen X have to lift the tools. And this is two different tools. The tools on the natural quadrant, and a tool in the other quadrant. So when you switch, because it has to rest, and it has to, when you lift, it has to be in a quadrant, okay? Because we're just in those quadrants. There's a natural quadrant when you jump up, but we're not doing that one. But what I'm trying to say is so I'm in the natural quadrant, and I could see that while I'm switching quadrants, before I finish the switch, I bring up the tool in the natural quadrant, and it's not really stable until I don't really finish it, or it's not really stable until I get into the other quadrant. Okay, so that's as far as what I see. So now, but that's where we're at, and there's something else I wanted to mention about. But anyway, that has to be worked on, because I don't know exact. I mean, I know it's it has to be synchronized and everything. But that should be about it. So now we're working, and we're getting closer to the quadrant. But the major thing is to show you that before we used to work in steps, but now we're working in sort of like syllables. You know what I mean? Like before it was in beats, but now we're breaking down a syllable to where there's 3 things that's happened that has to be finished before one thing is done. Because we have to go switch quadrants and bring the tools up. I hope you enjoyed this video. This one is 27. I didn't get the 30, thank God. So this is Dance Without Music. Dance Without Music, Xman Physics. I was thinking maybe I could put short in. Okay, maybe that's gonna be a